Welcome to the Beer Den Podcast. Tonight we'll be drinking DuClaw Brewing Company's Dirty Little Freak.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Beer Den Podcast. My name is Ethan Hoopy.
And I'm Michael LaRoe. Tonight we're drinking a brown ale from DuClaw Brewing Company named Dirty Little Freak. This was actually created by one of the employees of DuClaw. He had the idea after eating some Girl Scout cookies, the little Samoas or caramel delights, and wanted to put that kind of into a beer, and boom, the Dirty Little Freak was born.
That's kind of nice that they actually took some input from their employees.
Yeah, and I mean, this is definitely one that I like, so I'm glad he spoke up and was like, hey, we should try this.
Yeah.
Something a little bit about them. They were founded in 1996, and they're out of Bel Air, Maryland. I think they do a lot of their stuff in Baltimore now, and they distribute throughout the East Coast and the Midwest.
Okay.
They're starting to get a little bit widespread across the country. I'm glad we were able to get some. So diving right in, this is a very dark beer, a light black almost, really dark brown.
Very dark brown, yeah. More black than brown, but
has a very strong coconut scent to it.
Yes, it's a very strong coconut smell to it. There you can actually tell some hints of chocolate in it. Mm-hmm. The caramel, it's there, but I don't really notice it as much as like the coconut. Definitely the coconut and the chocolate smells. Yeah,
very much there. I mean, I don't pick up really any hints of the
caramel.
Caramel.
Yeah.
Caramel.
I don't know. What are your thoughts on the flavor of it, though?
It is like eating a caramel delight.
Okay.
It really does have that almost, I don't want to say consistency of eating a caramel delight, but like
I would hope not.
But you can kind of like, if you slosh it around in your mouth a little bit, it's almost like you're eating one of those cookies.
Yeah, it's like eating one without actually eating one. It's just like the liquid form of it.
There you go. If you were to blend up a box of those, add a little bit of water, that's what this is.
That'd be gross if that's all they did.
Oh boy. That'd be pretty rough. It is a pretty malty beer though. It says there's caramel in it, but really I don't get any hints of it, both in aroma and in taste.
Yeah, I think that there may be some of that just kind of rounding everything out, but yeah, I think that the coconut's so dominating that I don't really, more refined palate would be able to pull that out of it, but I think we're just maybe a little bit too inexperienced.
I would agree. Mouthfeel wise, it's pretty velvety mouth coating.
Yeah. Again,
that coconut flavor is very strong in there. Overall, though, I think it is a pretty good beer. And for what they're going for with the flavor, I think they hit that right on the head. Because even the aftertaste is a lot similar to when you're eating a caramel delight.
It's a very strong flavor. One thing that, at least for me with it, was that it does almost come off as unappetizing if you don't have that kind of the coconut and chocolate image in your head, just because the flavors are so strong that they're strong and kind of, at least for me, kind of being inexperienced with beer, I would say very unique. I don't really associate coconut with beer. And so it wasn't the first thing that came to mind. And so, but then it was kind of like once I heard, oh, this is coconut and chocolate and stuff, like I was like, oh, it actually, like, yeah, that's what it is. And it kind of all made sense then.
I could see with this being, since it's so strong on the coconut flavor, if somebody didn't like coconut, this isn't the beer for them.
Yeah.
And so you kind of got to go in knowing that it's coconut and liking coconut to like this beer.
Yeah, pretty much.
With that, we score everything using 3 categories: quality out of 50 points, value out of 25 points, and then design out of 25 points as well. I scored this at a 38. I thought it had a really good flavor, and with, like I said before, what they were going for, I think they hit the nail on the head with it. It is a little bit strong on the coconut, but I'm also a coconut fan, so for me it works.
And I think that's kind of where you and me differ, is I'm not very much a coconut fan, and so it's just not a beer for me. Because of that, I went with a 25 as far as quality, just because, yeah, like I say, the flavor isn't up my alley. It's just not what I'm looking for in a beer. It does do a very good job at replicating the coconut and chocolate flavors and caramel flavors of a Samoa, but it's just not, it's not my cup of tea, I guess I would say. So yeah, a 25 for me.
Okay. Value-wise, this came in at $10.99 for a 6-pack. I scored it decently high in quality, so I gave it a 20 on value, and I thought that was pretty fair because that's pretty middle of the road.
It's
for
a pretty
6-pack.
reasonable price for it. I kind of went with the same reasoning for my score. Mine's kind of low because of my quality score. I went with a 13.
Okay. I think this one's a little bit unique, so it kind of justifies being over that $9.99.
Yeah, I mean, it's only $1 over,
yeah,
so it's
and
not
so
that bad.
Getting something that's a little bit different for that kind of low price for what you typically see for something that's different, I thought that was pretty good. Design, what did you think of the bottle?
I think it's pretty unique. It has like sort of a gothic, almost Dracula-esque vibe to it, with like their lettering and stuff is very sharp, at least in their brewery logo, I guess. It has kind of a black and almost like a hot pink kind of color scheme to it.
I would call that purple.
Oh, is it purple?
I think that's purple.
I guess in this lighting it looks kind of pinkish.
I could see that.
Yeah, so, I think it looks pretty good. It kind of, the dirty little freak has some attitude to it. I don't know. It looks pretty good. It does have a description of, I believe, and it does have a description of the beer on it. It has the ABV pretty well displayed at the bottom of the label.
5.8%.
Yeah, 5.8%. Yeah, I thought it wasn't too bad. I ended up giving it a 17.
Okay. I gave it a 22. I think it could have done some things better. The Dirty Little Freak, I think for what the name is, I think they could have tried to match that a little bit more in like some kind of logo design.
Yeah.
I don't really get the Dirty Little Freak
vibe
off that font, and especially with it just being a font. I think having something like tastefully drawn would have probably got a better reaction to it. I do like that there's a description of the beer. I like that it has the alcohol content, where they're out of. It's hard to see, but on the neck there is when it was packaged.
Oh yeah, okay, I do see that.
It does only have the main body label. I like to see, especially on bottles, the main body label and then a neck label. And it had a decent cap. It actually had like a little saying on it, "Craft be cherished, rules be damned," and it had a link to their website as well. So I thought that was pretty neat, hence the 22 that I gave it. Overall, Ethan, that gives you a 55 and myself an 80. So that's a 67.5 for the Duclaw Brewing Company's Dirty Little Freak.
Hey everybody. Thank you for listening to another Beer Den review.
Don't forget to follow us on social media, links down in the description.
Subscribe, like, and share, and if there are any beers you would like us to try out, leave them in the comments below.
We'll see you on the next episode of the Beer Den Podcast.